Welcome back to the Abundant Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, Ali Banks. And on my platform, I like to combine faith and business and bring it all on one platform. You know, they say that the biggest gap in the world is between knowing and doing. And the reason a lot of people don't do simply is because they lack the knowledge in certain areas. So what I like to do is I like to bring various entrepreneurs, bring you guys various topics, just so that you guys can get a few gems and use them in your life to get to your destination of your journey a little bit faster. But today we have Word Wednesday. And on Word Wednesday, I like to bring you guys something that I've been thinking about throughout the week. Maybe it's a word that I've been meditating on, bring you something from the Bible, just so you guys can get to God, get a little bit closer to Him in your walk, but also see how it can mix in business or your everyday life. So today the word is simply going to be obedience. And I know as cliche as that sounds, a lot of people like, okay, I've heard about obedience. You know, they say you're supposed to be obedient to God. Growing up, they say you're supposed to be obedient to your parent. You know, when you in school, they say you're supposed to be obedient to your teacher. But what does that really mean? And in that sense, obedience is simply just like falling in line, listening. But when I looked up the biblical word of obedience, it said a heartfelt submission to God's authority and a response to faith, demonstrating love and trust. So it was a few things that stood out to me about this amazing definition of obedience. A heartfelt submission. So what is that? Let's just take like maybe you out with your friends and everybody's had this happen, or maybe it was you, right? You probably the person, you came out, you didn't really come out with a whole lot of money, and everybody around you, they getting their food, they eating, they ordering, and your homie, he really don't got it for both of y'all, or your friend, he really don't got it for the both of y'all, but he like, you know what, man? Go ahead and order whatever you want, man. I got you. Deep down inside, like, you really didn't want to do it, but God was just telling you, like, it's the right thing to do. Like, in your heart, it was heartfelt. A heartfelt submission to God told you, go ahead and spend that extra $15 to make sure that your friend ate. And on the surface level, that's amazing, right? But we're talking about that heartfelt submission to God. What is He calling you to do? It could be just simple things, like maybe He told you to wake up an extra 5 minutes early and pray, and you didn't do it, and it led to you having a terrible day, but you knew if you was obedient to those 5 minutes, it would make your day everything. Or maybe He said, hey, today we're going to start in the gym, and maybe you didn't, and it made you feel terrible throughout the day. You still was talking negative about yourself because you didn't hit the gym, and it made you depressed today. It can be something so simple. The small little things that we ignore every day, that we're disobedient to, it causes our life to just feel like it's in shambles. Just today, I got a story. Today, usually I like to prepare for my Word Wednesday the day before, try to get a word, get some notes written down, go through the Bible, see what I can find that's aligned with the word that I have. But, I just been scrambling trying to get my son, to Chicago. It's the summer break. They just had the ceremony. So I've been all around, what I'm saying? My mind hasn't really been too focused this week, but I'm still, back to the word, being obedient. But it's just to say, like, I got really overwhelmed at some point today. After I dropped my sister off and my son off at the airport, I told myself, I'm going to go to the gym. And when I leave the gym, I'm going to do the Word Wednesday, and after that, give myself some time to relax because, like I said, I've been overwhelmed throughout this week. So God, He's telling me, He's like, all right, Ali, I know you've been stressing about trying to find a word for the day. Go to the gym, and I'm going to give you the word in the gym. This is what God is telling me. He's telling me, like, God, Ali, I got you. Just go to the gym. Go get your workout on, and while you're working out, the word is going to come to you. And so I get all the way to the gym. And for some reason, I get frustrated. I'm not feeling it. I don't want to go inside of the gym. And I'm like, man, I'm having a rough week. I don't even want to. I'm just going to I'm not even going to put out the Word Wednesday today. I'm just going to go home, lay down, go take a shower, lay down, relax a little bit, watch some YouTube, some TV, and I'm going to just chill for the rest of the day because I deserve that. But in the back of my mind, God is telling me, like, hey, Ali, I need you to get this Word Wednesday out. It's something important that I'm trying to tell you to tell the people that support you, or to tell the audience, or to tell the follower, or to tell the public, or social media, or wherever. He says, I have a message I want you to tell the people. And I'm fighting with myself. I'm fighting with my thoughts. It gets to raining outside. And so I'm like, oh, it's raining now. I got an excuse. I don't want to. It's raining now. I really got an excuse, right, God? But in my head, I'm like, gotta be obedient because it's something tugging on you right now. It's something telling you you need to get this out. It's a message. But I'm like, nah. So I turn my car on and I drive home. But on my way home, I'm like, nah, Ali, you can't do this. You got to be consistent. You know what? All right, don't even worry about it. You gotta get this Word Wednesday out. You're not gonna go to the gym, but you know what? Do the Word Wednesday. It was around 2 p.m. I said, give yourself to 6 o'clock and you could just relax, take a shower, relax, sit around, watch your TV. But at 6, get up and do the Word Wednesday. But I got home and I parked my car and I'm like, nah, that's not what God told me to do. That's not me being obedient. God said, when you get to the gym, I will get you the word to give to the people. He didn't say when you go home, take you a nap, wake up around 6 on your own time because you want to do things your own way. I've already instructed you to go to the gym. And in the gym, when you bettering yourself, I'm going to give you the word to help better other people. So, okay, I'm like, all right, I can't just quit on myself. I can't quit on God. You know, I got to be strong. I got to be obedient to his word. And so, you know what? I turn my car back on. I drive back up into the gym. And then I get into the gym. I'm like, I'm about to have me a great workout. Like, I'm giving myself some good self-talk. Like, I'm worthy. Like, you got this. You great. I know you've been overwhelmed this week, but continue to push through. You got it. You got it. And so I get to the gym and I'm on fire. You know, I turn on my gym playlist. I'm on fire. I'm ready to go. Get through my warm-up set. I'm warming up. I do my chest press because, you know, it's upper body day. So I started with the band resistance band warm-up. I hit a few dips and then I go to the bench. You know, and then I get all the way through my workout. And towards the end, I'm like, this is a really great workout. Like, I can't believe I wasn't even about to come in here. Like, I feel really good, and I know God gonna give me a great message. And right when I had that feeling, God was like, that's the message right there, son. Be obedient. That's the message right there. Be obedient. If I would have never gotten into the gym, if I would have never listened to God's instruction, if I would have never gave myself those positive affirmations, if I was never able to decipher Satan's voice from God's voice, because Satan wanted me to go home. He wanted me to go lay down. He didn't want me to get this word out to y'all. He didn't want me to get to the gym today. He did not want, because listen, let me tell you how the devil worked. I was pumped up to go to the gym and get that word out. I didn't feel dissatisfied until I pulled in that parking lot and it started to rain. And I'm like, I didn't mind y'all. I stayed like 5 minutes from my gym. So it's not like I drove far. I literally didn't have much time to change my mind from my car to the gym. I get here and it's just a dissatisfied feeling, you know, and I'm like, all right, why am I feeling like this? Got to get to the gym. Got to be obedient to the word. Got to keep going, you know. And so that's what I got from it. And I got a word from the Bible that I want to give you guys, and it comes from James 4:17. Let me go ahead and just pull that up for you guys. So now I want to give you guys a word from the Bible that aligns perfectly with the whole message that I said today, with the obedience, with trying to do things your own way, going the wrong way when you know God is calling you this way, knowing the voice of who's even pulling you that way. And this comes from James 4. And a little background history on who James is. He's the brother of Jesus. He was preaching the gospel, and he just was basically preaching to the other Jewish leaders, and he wanted them to get these messages so that they can be aware when they're teaching. It says, this is coming from James 4:13 through 17. It says, now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow, we will go to this city, spend a year there, carry on business and make money. Why? You don't even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. So let's go back a little bit. It says, now listen, you who say. So he's saying, for everybody that's like, for all you guys that's saying, hey, today I'm going to go be rich here. I'm going to get money here. I'm going to go there. You know, I'm going to have a house here. I'm going to do all these extravagant things. He's like, You're not that important, bro. You're not as big as you are. Like, you didn't even invite God into any of these plans in the first place. You doing everything your own way. You doing what you want to do. You didn't even say ask God, or you know what I'm saying. He's saying basically you have all these goals and plans, but you didn't bring God in it. Like, this is not this. You don't know your life. God got that part. Like, and then he carries on to say, instead you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. Right. So he's saying, like, okay, if it's the Lord's will, I will have this. If it's the Lord's will, I will do this. If it's the Lord's will, X, Y, and Z. Because you want to make sure that everything that you do is aligned with the Lord's will, with God's will, with the plan, your journey, alignment. Right? And then it goes on to say, as it is, you boast in your arrogant schemes. All such boasting is evil. So he's saying, just saying, I'm going to have this, that, and the third is boasting, because it's basically you going into your own power, going into your own way, saying that you have control. You know, you're not God. You can only do so much. He has to grant you these things. He has to give you these things, you know? And then it says, all such boasting is evil. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do, and the ones that doesn't do it, it is a sin for them. So just like today, I knew he wanted me to get that word in the gym. If I didn't go, if I wasn't obedient to his word, if I didn't have that heartfelt submission to God's authority, I would have never went there. Right? But let's go back to the obedience definition real quick. The bottom part says demonstrating love and trust. So it says that it's a response to faith. A response to faith. So if you have faith that God's going to make everything work out, why are you trying to do things your own way? And it says it's demonstrating love and trust. So this is saying that you love and trust God. So if you're doing things your own way, that's showing hate and distrust towards God. Right? The last part of this word, it says, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do, and the ones that don't do it, it is a sin for them. So just remember, when God is calling you to do something, when you don't do it, it's only hurting you and the people that's around you. Because remember, the people that's connected to you get blessed as well. So you can be hindering their blessings by just being disobedient to the word of God. I hope that you guys enjoyed this word. I hope you guys take this word, meditate on it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Comment down in the comment section what was your favorite part of this word. Stay tuned for the next episode, because we only getting better. Thank you.